Hey guys, how's it going? Well, what a game. Since I'm off on Friday, I was able to catch the game this morning. It was pretty exciting to watch. Didn't understand anything because it was in Korean, but it was a pretty decent uh watch. If you ever have the opportunity to watch this, the games are pretty early, around 5:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. You could catch the live streams of these KBO games on souplive.com. Um, I did watch them last year, but I kind of forgot about them because I hardly ever have the time to watch them. But if you're up that early, you could catch all the games here. This is not an advertisement. I'm just letting you guys know, if you didn't already know, that you could catch these games. Um, so, all right, let's get to the game. We'll do a quick recap. I thought this game would be a little bit closer, maybe like 5-4 or something like that. But got a little scared. I think early. Well, I mean, the Eagles did damage first in the first inning, but then the Twins scored in the fifth inning, 3 runs, but then the Eagles just went off with putting up another 7 runs in the fifth. They weren't able to score after that, but by that time they already had the job done. And although the Twins put another run in the seventh, it was like the Eagles cruise to the victory. And I think, like I said, I expected it to be a bit closer, but um, other than that, no surprises. So, but I do want to look at another game. Is the Samsung Lions against Doosan Bears. I think I was leaning toward the Bears as an upset, but I want to look at this because like this is a crazy score, 15-4. So just kind of take a look at the box score and see if we can kind of like figure out what happened. So looks like everything started pretty normal. Samsung Lions up by 1 run on the second, and then on the third, they went up by 9 runs. So that tells me that um, the Doosan Bears pitcher had a huge collapse, and from this, I don't see how that is even possible. It's crazy, like that. The My read on this was off, but luckily I dodged a bullet on it. But now let me just search something. What happened with Wyman? I should have did this before I started the video, but it's too late now. Trying to figure out like what happened with this game. But um, I mean, something Lions just killed the the start. Looks like the starting pitcher and probably even the closer to finish it 15-4. So whoever bet this game today was a pretty easy win. Yeah, it looks like no, after the collapse in the third inning, looks like the starter was pulled. So I mean, pretty much the game was over in the third. So that goes to show, like, no matter how hard you look at the stats, sometimes it's just you just can't. It's sports betting. Like you can't predict this stuff. Like there's nothing here in his past like games, like past 3 games, to even hint what a collapse he had for today. So and Chris Paddock, he I mean, I guess he did okay. I don't think he did great. I mean, granted, they won by 15, but he gave up four, and I think that's, I mean, not that great. And looking at his history in the MLB, like I think I need to start looking at the foreign imports, their past records, and I'm looking at him from is this like if this is from 2006, then he must have been cut recently. But I mean, I can see why. Uh, his win loss record was 0-7, ERA 6.79 with a 1.67 WHIP, like below average. Uh, I mean, he wasn't for his career. Wasn't too bad 4.83, but these guys like when they go over from the MLB to the KBO, kind of look like they're superstars. So next time, I got to pay more attention to these foreign imports, X/X MLB players, because I mean that kind tells you like what kind of the skill level the KBO is as far as players. I mean, not to knock them or anything, but it is what it is. I mean the outcome for today's game, and then for the other imports to speak for themselves, man. I guess there's a reason why they hire these ex MLB players. But anyway, let's move forward. I think that's pretty much all we can learn from this. So, uh, actually, I caught the tail end of the Heroes game at the Tigers, and they were tied actually till the ninth. I mean, and it could have gone either way, but I think Variance had his way today, and the Heroes won, and I think they snapped an eight. Was it? I'm not for sure, but I think they snapped an 8 game losing streak today, and but it was like at the I think it was at the bottom or the top. I can't remember, but like at the bottom of the ninth, they got it, but it could have gone to extra innings. Um, but I didn't catch this game. But let's see what happened here. And the Landers and the Heroes are like pretty the worst teams in the league, and they came up. I mean, upsets do happen. So looks like Landers did early damage in the first inning, another 3 runs in the fourth, and then capped it off with 2 runs in the eighth. And the Dinos were like never in it for some reason. I mean, sometimes when good teams play bad teams, like they play down to their level for some reason. Okay, Flo, let me see what happened. I mean, I guess Sealanders you had used their home field advantage. I mean, they were able to outpace the Dinos. In the four, I mean, as bad as they are, they were get a 4 run victory. Like, yeah, 7 to. I mean, they did early damage, and when one of the keys to the game is that Chris Hatch. I mean, I guess he had a pretty well. I mean, he even though he gave up 4 runs, I mean he got the job done on his end to secure the victory. I mean, yeah, I mean, pretty much the starting pitching and the reliever pretty much shut down the Dinos today. Um, I think can you do that in 2 games in a row? Who knows? I mean, so but anyway, that was interesting. Um, KT Wiz. I think we were leaning on the Wiz, but didn't really. I mean, it kind of went the way that I mean KT Wiz should have won by more than 1 run, but I mean, but all right, let's take a look at today's slate. Enough of that. Uh, all right, so KT Wiz had a lot of Giants. I like the Wiz, but not at minus 175. And considering that they won by 1 point a day, like I mean, no, not even the run line. Samsung Lions minus 140. Pretty low money line considering that we put up 15 runs today. So um, Hard Rock doesn't expect them to repeat their performance today. Ideally, like I haven't. I'll be honest with you right now. As I'm making this video, I have not completely made up my mind on who the player of the day is. So after I'm done with this video, I'm gonna make the thumbnail and then post it. But I think definitely the Lions is one of the candidates. But we have to look at the pitching matchup first before we decide anything. And Dinos and Landers. I mean, I think from what happened today, I still lean Dinos, but it's a crapshoot. I mean, I mean, I this is like based on what other games on the board. We don't need to focus on this. I mean, it's not. I don't think we have an edge here. I mean, minus 150 money line, so they're already pricing it out beyond my minus 140 straight bet money line that I'll take. And then yeah, and here like I don't think the Heroes are gonna win tomorrow. I mean, they were. I think they're just happy, probably like a sigh of relief, um, snapping their 8 game losing streak. But I think, I mean, the Tigers are a decent team at home, and the Hard Rock agrees with me at minus 225. So so this makes it unplayable. So they're not an option. They're not an option. So so the only viable options for us is the Twins at Eagles again. I mean, after there's it wasn't even a contest, and like the line here is like minus 125. It's like a gift. I mean, it almost smells like a trap. I mean, that's like minus. This probably should be like more like minus 150. I mean, but then at the end, the Twins are good. Maybe they had an off day. Like they might be the bounce back, but from what I saw this morning, they made a lot of mistakes, and um, so and then the other candidate for the play of the day is the Lions. I mean, minus 140 isn't bad. And then yeah, just those two. So let's take a look at the pitching matchup and decide who we're gonna go with. So let's take a look at the Lions and Bears first. All right. You know what? Let's take a look at Zach Lowe's MLB history. See what he looks like. Here he looks pretty decent. 1-0 record, like last 3 games. I mean, look kind of like the same thing they say with like Chris Paddock, pretty decent. And but he has a sub 500 win loss record for the season, and his season ERA against the league is 4.06. So that doesn't look too bad. I mean, maybe a little bit above average or kind of like hovering around the average. But let's take a look at his MLB history. And his win loss record in the MLB career is 3-8 with a 7.2 ERA and a WHIP of 1.56. But this ERA 7.20 and the win loss record is probably why he is still not in the Major League Baseball. So, I mean, but he's still good enough for the KBO, looks like. So, um, let's take a look at the Lions pitcher. Well, against the Bears, he has a 0-0 win loss record, and his ERA against the Bears is 4.50. So a little less than Zach Lowe's. But the season is 4.01. So He's pretty much even with Lowe's, and then they're both sub 500. So we'll call them talent wise even, but let's take a deeper look at their volatility. Let's say, well, yeah, we'll call it equal. I mean, there's like the difference is minimal, but let's take a look at this guy first. Last game against the Giant, it's a subpar team, probably a losing record team. Five innings played, so last week 5 innings, 5. Gave up 6 runs on 7 hits, and one of those runs was a home run. I'm not too concerned about earned runs, so that's why you notice I skip over it. I mean, it doesn't really matter if it's earned run or not. A run that is a run when it comes to a win or a loss. But they said the LG Twins, so pretty decent team, gave up 3 runs. So his performance here is pretty respectable. 3 runs from 8 hits. And then the Landers, another really crappy team. I mean, he did what he should have done, shut them down, like giving up 2 runs on 6 hits, no home runs. So it's not bad. I mean, honestly, it's not bad. This is pretty good. But I mean, so his long term baseline performance is pretty okay. Short term against a not so great team, he gave up 6 runs. So is he going to move past this? Or it's going to be more of the same? That's what we got to ask ourselves. So let's take a look at Zach Lowe. Now, Zach Lowe, 3 innings pitched against the Dinos. I wonder if he would. Well, I mean, he wouldn't have be a reliever that early. Yeah. Oh yeah. Giving up 6 runs, so he must have been pulled in the 3rd inning. So he also had a recent terrible performance. 6 runs on 6 hits, and he gave up a home run. And then against the Landers, against the worst team in the league and the second worst team in the league. Well, he shut down the Landers. He gave up 5 hits but no runs, which is pretty good. But he did give up 3 runs to the worst team in the league on 5 hits, and 2 of them were earned, but that doesn't matter. I think the edge here would have to go with the Samsung. I mean, I think it's going to be a very competitive game. So unless, but something like 5-4, 4-5, I don't think whoever wins is going to win, like they did today by, well, I mean, maybe, yeah, no, because I think with an ex MLB player, he's not going to get smoked by the Samsung's lineup. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think he's going to be embarrassed by tomorrow like the team was today. But let's take a look at the our second option, Twins at Eagles. I mean, so Twins, his record against the Eagles is 0-0. So I mean, that's nothing. ERA against the Eagles is 4.00. He does have a over 500 record, 3 wins, 2 losses for the season. 4.83 season ERA. So his baseline is pretty good. When I say baseline, like I mean, I think his long term performance, like I said before, I don't know how other people do it, but what works for me is I like to look at the season ERA and then look at the short term, like recent performance, and like it's not an exact science, but I like the way maybe like 70% for the baseline like season ERA, because when I say baseline, I think that's like his normal like performance level, and then I put 30% on the recent form, because recent like the his most recent game, that guy could be in a slump or he could be on fire. It's the volatility is short term, so that's how I kind of look at the pitching. I mean, it might be wrong, it might be right, but that's what I'm doing right now. I mean, it seems to be working. Um, so let's take a look at his past 3 games. So 4 and 2/3 inning last time. Before there's two against was it Dinos? He was pulled probably in the second inning because giving up 6 runs out of 9 hits, and 2 of those are home runs. So far, I like what I'm seeing. If I wasn't leaning towards the Giants, and then against the Tigers, I mean the NC, and I mean the NC wasn't great today, but I think normally they're a pretty decent team. And then so with the Kia Tigers, even though they're somewhat of a slump, but I think I expect them to regress to the mean by bouncing back to their playing uh, you know, because they're near the top of the leaderboard. So he lasted 5 and 1/3 innings. I mean, so he made it pretty much far into the game. I didn't give any runs, so I'm not sure why they pulled him so early in that game. But he did pretty decent. I mean, even against KT Wiz, like he didn't last 5 innings, but he only gave one run. But I mean, so this is like 6, 7. Um, this is kind of like one of the red flags we'll look at right here. I mean, 1.5. What's it? Whip. Let's take the whip again. What? So I think that's, yeah. 1.5 is really poor as far as the whip. I mean, not that 4.83 is good either. I mean it's not bad, but it's not like above average. So we got a guy that so had a pretty bad experience like 2 games ago. I mean, but all these 2 teams are pretty decent teams, you gotta give him props for with the Wiz. All right, let's take a look at the other guy. All right, our team, the Eagles today. Let's so see. I mean, season win loss record 8-2, 2.90 ERA. I mean, sub 3. Like, I mean, granted, has not. He hasn't. Looks like he hasn't faced the Twins, but that might be a good thing, because if he has not faced the Twins and the Twins don't know him, he might be able to sneak a win or maybe 2 wins before they get used to him. But let's take a look at his last 3 games. Well, 5 and 1/3 innings, last one against the Heroes. That's not good. I mean, last so he played the well here worst team in the league and second worst team, but he did last almost 6 innings in one. I mean, I wouldn't call this a terrible. I mean, 4 runs is not great, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And 8 hits, at least there's no home runs. And then against Landers, he did what you would expect. Yeah, even though he gave us 6 hits, he only gave up one, and that wasn't an earned run too. So that was on him. But only now this is respectable. This is kind of like 1 run's the job well done. And against the Bears, I mean, that's um yeah, man. let's take a look at the line because I almost feel like looking after that, looking what we just went through, that this is like a trap. I mean, it's like because I'm looking at this line and I think, damn, this is too good to be true. I mean, and it might be too good to be true, but I don't think I can pass up on it. Like when we're getting the Eagles at minus 125. Like I said, our two options are this two: Eagles is minus 125 or Samsung at minus 140. Now, Hard Rock thinks, based on the money line, that the lines are the stronger play for a Saturday. I think this game's gonna be like Bears got killed or embarrassed today. It's not gonna happen Saturday. I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen. It's gonna be very competitive. I think. I mean, they should be ashamed of themselves, but I think they're gonna give a little more effort. So it's gonna be like a close game, but I think the Lions will squeak out the victory. I mean, it'll be a score like maybe like 5-4 or something, or 6-5, you know, something like that. So I think we're just gonna have to, even if this might be a trap, and maybe the Twins have a chance to bounce back. I like the Eagles at home. I like them after a pretty. I mean, I watched the game today. They look good. I mean, they didn't make any errors. I mean, and based on the pitching and the starter tomorrow, I think the play of the day is going to be the Eagles again at minus 125. So, um, I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing because like I feel that was a pretty easy call to didn't make. I really didn't need to struggle in it. So before we go, let me give you my leans quickly. Full disclosure, again, these are just leans, quick takes, so don't read too much into them. Use my leans with your own handicapping to decide how you want to wager your hard-earned moolah dollars. So, KT Wiz, like I said, I would take the run line if I was going to bet this game. I mean, and then Lions. I mean, I definitely think the Lions money line. Even though the Landers won today, like I can't bet the Landers. I mean, I might be wrong tomorrow, and this might be a good spot for an upset. But I think the Dinos bounce back tomorrow, and I think the books agree with me too because it's minus 150. And Tigers. I mean, and I think it was a close game today. And the Heroes, I think they gave everything they got. So if I was gonna bet this game, I would take the run line, but it's just like a small play, you know. I mean, definitely I think Tigers are gonna win, but whether it's gonna be by like a run line, I don't know. But at minus 225, the books think so. So I guess that's it for today, guys. So to recap, our play of the day is the Eagles money line minus 125. See you guys later.